How's it going, guys? The Beverly Hillbilly here, and today, finally, I am bringing you the Beverly Hillbilly Plays Freedom Planet. Let's cut out the introductions. Let's get going. Alright guys, so what I am going to do is... there is a story that goes along with Freedom Planet, but let's do something interesting here. So I am going to play Freedom Planet on the hardest setting. Start a new file, and let's just do the straight up gameplay, you know, like all stages, no story. Let's see how it goes. And I may be doing multiple Let's Plays of Freedom Planet, so let's just start with Lilac. I've played all three characters. I like Lilac the most. Let's go. Alright. The thing about Freedom Planet is, when it's not in the hard setting, it's not a difficult game until you get pretty far along in the, game itself. But at least in hard, like, it gets hard fairly quick. You know, these, like, regular grunt enemies are pretty powerful. I'm already at half health. Lovely. But that's okay. Like I've played this game 4 or 5 times by now, so it'll be nice to play through the whole game on hard. I thought about doing a speed run, but there was a speed run challenge that was going on, and I was awful. I'm not a speed runner, which is okay. This is one of those games that you can speed run, but you don't necessarily want to. I'm going to collect every single blue gem. If you collect 300, you get an extra life. I'm going to need them. I'm going to collect all the health. But yeah, you can run through these stages, but they're so pretty. You know, like, yes, it's all 16-bit and whatnot, but it's beautiful. And I found health. Okay, bam. Alright. No. It's interesting, like when you play a video game on its hardest setting, you play it completely differently. You know, like, you're careful about everything. Like, you don't run through. You're more calculated in your attacks. If you're able to, turn up your microphone, turn up your stereos, turn up your headsets. The music in Freedom Planet I find beautiful. It's beautiful in that 90s way. You know, it's not, reinventing the wheel here when it comes to, soundtracks, but it's so fitting. I actually have a digital and physical copy of the soundtrack and play it all the time. And the music stands on its own. Like you don't need the video game to appreciate the music, which is really nice. The fast bit. Bam. This is one of the very few games that I can play multiple times, and I've yet to become tired of it. You know, because there are several different ways to get around the levels, and because of the multiple playable characters, which is really cool. It's nice to have this kind of replayability in the game. Oh, and here is our first minor boss fight. There are technically 2 stages to each world in Freedom Planet. They're split up by a minor boss fight. And then, without a result screen, we just go straight down into the next section of the world. We're up in the mountains, now we're down in the valley. This is very Sonic and Knuckles-esque. You know, splitting up the worlds into different levels. This just takes it a step further. There's no result screen of any kind. You know, there's no graphic to break it up. You're just right into it. Music changes. The view is a little different. It feels a little bit more natural. Let's see what's down here. You know, a lot of people give Freedom Planet a hard... No, most people love Freedom Planet. There's only a few people who really give it a hard time and call it a ripoff. I will defend Freedom Planet, you know, not just because I like the game, but I really don't think it's a ripoff. There's a fine line between paying respect to the olden days of video gaming and ripping it off. That fine line involves doing it better. I think Freedom Planet does just about everything better. Not to say anything wrong with the original Sonic days, it's just, you know, when you have 20 years to sit on the idea, you come up with new ways to do it. That's just how innovation works. And I still think Freedom Planet is this innovative masterpiece. Out of my way. I lost my shield. Now, there are a lot of DLCs coming out for Freedom Planet. They're on the way. Galaxy Trail did not expect Freedom Planet to become as successful as it, you know, is. I think they've been a little overwhelmed. So the DLCs are coming. I think they're just taking a while. I can't wait for Mila's story. I can't wait to play as Torque and Spade. Super pumped. Oop. Don't need to do that. Dancing trees because it was the 90s. We were all doing drugs in the 90s. Ooh. Alright, guys. We are ready for our first major boss fight. Let's go. Indiana Jones style because Indiana Jones. This first boss fight, like little prequel, is drawn out a little bit, but that's okay. It really builds up. And it really sets the tone for the rest of the game, which is in your face, action-packed with a little bit of refinement. With a little bit, I mean a lot. And here's a snake back. Whew. Alright, I need to be careful because... I missed him. That's okay. Bam. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. It's amazing how how differently you play a video game just based on the difficulty setting. You know, like I mean, yes, it's taking more hits to, you know, take down this dragon snake thing, but I'm being much more reserved. Aha! One of the best little things about Freedom Planet is the details. An example, that slow motion. Bam. Bam! Bam! Thank you for watching this episode of The Beverly Hillbilly Plays Freedom Planet. CogWork Gaming is proudly brought to you by No Scope Gaming Glasses. Well, you all know what to do. Like the video, leave a comment, and go ahead and subscribe to CogWork Gaming. Tell all your friends about CogWork Gaming. Tell everyone about CogWork Gaming. And make sure to check back often and browse through our ever-expanding video library. For CogWork Gaming, I'm the Beverly Hillbilly. Thank you so much for watching, and good night.